What's better? Is it better to start with day-old chicks, layer beds, or to start with point of lay? And this is the question that I've been asked by quite a number of you guys, some of my subscribers. And then I thought maybe I should just share my experience, what I've done, what we've done here at Mkanya Mixed Farming, and how we've been dealing with this. So if you're interested in that, guys, stick around, and then be part of this. Stick around. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into it, guys. But before I do that, guys, I would like to ask you guys to subscribe. If you haven't done that yet, subscribe to Mkanya Mixed Farming so that you can support us here at Mkanya Mixed Farming. So I'm going to start with the advantages of starting with a point of lay beds. And for those of you guys who've been following me on this channel, you know that you are aware that we started at Mkanya Mixed Farming with 300 point of lay beds. So yeah, the advantage of starting with point of lay beds, one is because you can start making money right away from the very first day that you collect the point of lay. If you're lucky, for us it took like a couple of days, and then we started like getting some eggs already. So we were quite lucky. So that's number one, because you can just get into start making money right away without wasting much time. And number two, you don't really need much experience when it comes to how to raise the birds from when they're all chicks up to when they start giving eggs. You don't need that much experience. All you need to do when you get them at point of laying is just to make sure that there is water, and make sure that they have adequate feed, adequate water all the time, and then of course the deworming and the vitamins. All those are the things that you need to concentrate on when you get your birds at point of lay, because in most cases they've already been vaccinated, so you don't need to worry about all those things. That's also another advantage of starting with a point of lay. And you don't need to worry about like I said, the vaccine, whether they've been vaccinated or not, because like, as I said, normally they've gone through all this the vaccine program that most of the breeders do provide when you buy chicks from them. So there's this vaccine program, and then when you buy them at point of lay, they've already done that in most cases. So those are the advantages of starting with point of lay. You make money right away. You don't need to worry about the experience taking care of them. You don't need to worry about the vaccine, whether they've been vaccinated or not. So it's just production and making money, right? And let's jump into the disadvantages of starting with a point of lay beds. Number one, you don't really know how old they really are. Since some beds they can start as early as week 17 to lay eggs, some even 16, but mainly they start around weeks 16, 17, 18, 19. It's hard for you to tell exactly how old they are, which will be very difficult for you to track, to know the age of these beds and when you can expect them to stop laying, because you've been just told that these are point of lay. They've just started laying, but you don't really know exactly. Since most breeders, the ones that I've dealt with, and they never provided us with that information as to how old the beds really were. So that's a disadvantage. And then number two, you don't really know the vaccine program that they've used. You don't really know much about the beds that you have. You have no idea about what has had the kind of life they had before they came into your farm, right? So they could have been like subjected to like some stress, some trauma, some whatever. I don't really know the environment that they were in. So those things they can contribute to how the production will go. If they've had like a terrible life before, you cannot expect much from those beds, right? So that's also another disadvantage. You don't really know how long you're going to make money. You don't really know how long they're going to keep laying eggs. You don't really know the kind of vaccine that these birds were vaccinated. So those are the disadvantages of starting with the point of lay. Now I assume that you everything is ready at your place. That the chicken pen, you have done that one, is ready, and then the drinkers, you have the drinkers, and then you have the feeders, and then you have all other things that are required. That things like the deworming that needs to be done. Some they do it once a month, some depending on your beds, depending on the breed of your beds as well. Yeah. All right, let's jump into the advantages of starting with day-old chicks. But this one is quite tricky because if you do not have experience, then it's not. I do not recommend you to start with day-old chicks. But if you do have experience, the advantages of starting with day-old chicks are as follows, guys. You have, number one, you have control of the entire process from when they are day-old chicks up to when they start laying, up to they finish laying. You know each and every vaccine that you have used, that when you have vaccinated them, you know everything, the environment that they've been in, a nice environment, they've been taken good care of, they got adequate everything, water, feed, correct amount of feed, everything. You are in charge of everything. So in that way, you know exactly everything about your chicks or your birds. Number two, you also, of course, you gain experience. If you start with that, you gain experience when it comes to how to take care of your chicks. The brooding part, which is the most vital, crucial brooding part. Most people, they lose their birds during this period. So if you start with the day-old chicks, you get to know everything. You learn everything because you are hands-on, you are there, you are experiencing things, you are seeing how they are performing. You can see that now I need to adjust the heat so that it can be spread in the chicken pen, so that they can all get like adequate heat, which is warm enough for them, so that you don't get mortality. So that you get to experience all these things, and these things are important to a farmer. If you are going to be a good chicken farmer, you need to know all the steps that you have to go through before you can start talking of making money. So that's another advantage of starting with the day-old chicks. And then another advantage is that you get to know exactly how old your birds are, because you got them from when they were day-old chicks, and then you know exactly how long they're going to give you eggs, and then when they're going to stop giving enough eggs for you to be able to sell. So yeah, so that's these are the three advantages of dealing with day-old chicks, and the disadvantages of having day-old chicks are as follows. If now I'm assuming that you are a farmer who doesn't have experience concerning how to raise birds, so the disadvantage is that you can lose the entire flock, because the brooding time when you get them when they are day-old chicks, they are very fragile. These are chicks. They can die just like that. If they freeze, they can just squeeze each other to death because they're trying to warm themselves. So it's very important that you do have experience before you get these chicks at your place. Before you get these chicks to your place. So that's a disadvantage. If you do not have that experience, do not do that. If you're an inexperienced farmer, do not do that. You do not deal with day-old chicks. Otherwise, like I said, you could lose all your investment just like that. As you can lose all your birds just like that, simply because you do not have experience when it comes to how to take care of them. You do not have experience maybe about the amount of feed that they require when they are day-old chicks, when they are between 0 week to 8 weeks, they need a certain amount of feed. When they are 9 weeks and above, they need a certain amount of feed. So all those things, you need to know all those things. So if you do not know those things, that's a disadvantage to start with day-old chicks. So in that case, I will recommend you to start with the point of laying, because everything has been done for you. So these are the things that you guys can consider before you start venturing into poultry. How much knowledge do I have? How much knowledge do I have concerning this poultry farming? Am I just someone who's been looking on YouTube, and now I just feel like I have enough experience, then I just want to jump into this? I want to invest my money into that, or so those are the things that you should really consider before you get into, because experience is very important. And as I said, without experience, then it's better. I recommend you to start with the point of laying. And then, of course, even though you start with the point of laying, you also need someone with a little bit of knowledge. So what we have done at Mkanya Mixed Farming is that we send our guys to different courses concerning how to raise birds. Which is also why we, on our second batch, we could start with day-old chicks, because we felt like we had gained experience. We had sent our guys to different courses about raising chicks. So we felt like we were confident, and we didn't get much mortality because my guys were quite, of course, they gained some knowledge about how to raise the day-old chicks, which I also recommend to you if you do not have experience yourself, and if you're not on the ground yourself. It's better that you start by investing in sending your guys to some courses about how to raise chicks. And I also recommend that you should also go to some courses yourself, so that you also know exactly how they are supposed to be taken care of, and all the important things, the amount of feed, the amount of water, everything, that you know everything in and out, which is very, very important. Because if you just send your guys, your guys, they are not, it's not like their baby, the business or the project is not their baby. They can behave in whatever way. But if you are there, or if you know exactly how things are supposed to be done, you can tell them, you can guide them as well. So yeah, so these are the things that you guys should consider. Whether you should start with a point of lay or day-old chicks. All right. And in my next video, guys, I will talk about the cost of raising day-old chicks up to the point of lay. So do not miss that, guys. Check my next video if you're interested in knowing that, or if you do have plans to start to jump into or to venture into poultry farming. So thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for tuning to Mkanya Mixed Farming, and thank you guys for your support, and thank you guys for keep coming back to Mkanya Mixed Farming, and we do appreciate you guys. So like this video, guys, and share with all your friends this video, and as well as subscribing to this channel, so that we can grow, so that we can keep bringing this farming content to you guys. And do not forget to hit the notification bell, so that every time that we release a new video, you will be one of the first people to get notified. Yeah, thank you guys. Catch you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.